you can write down how you want to treat your customers, but how you want to treat your customers is very often different than the way you do treat your customers. Man, it's my favorite time of day, and you guys get to be here with me. This is Utah Business Spotlight. I am with Brent Bohrer of Modern International Builders, and we're going to dig deep into what he's doing to change the way people are developing here in Utah custom homes. And if you know anything about me, you know I have passion for things that are custom. I have passion for homes. I love architecture. I love really cool people. I love good hearts, and I see it all right here with my buddy Brent. How are you, man?
Good, Peter. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm doing awesome, and I know we're going to dive into it, but Modern International, you guys are just killing it. I know you're doing a bunch of cool stuff in Highland and Alpine, but you're also doing some stuff in my town, which means I get to have lunch with you every once in a while. And Draper's you're bringing some really cool homes to Draper. It's been just really neat to watch you. I've gotten to walk through some ridiculous things that you've built. So I want you to share. We always ask three questions. One is we always want to know about the big problem. The second is we always want to know the best people that you love to work with or love to work with you. And the third is where do you see innovation in the future going? And we'll talk a little about that, and then I'll give you information about how I would market that because it's really cool, and you get to kind of consult with me for free. So let's start with, right? What's been the toughest obstacle that your business has had to overcome here in Utah? Share that.
I think finding the right employees that want to work, that are as hungry as I am, and ready to serve the community. A lot of people want to go do their 9-to-5 job, but I need people who care about their work, who have detailed craftsmanship. They show up on time, they clean up after the job, and they pay attention to what I tell them the homeowners want. Because the homeowner is the most important person in this project.
Right. And that's interesting because, that'll lead to a second question, but I want to really articulate that. In order to acquire great people, you have to have a great culture. People have to want to work with you. This is one of the things. It's not just about what you pay them anymore. It's about how you, as the owner of the business, are making your employees feel. What do you do to go out of the way? And how does that translate into what you're doing? What do you do specifically to really make them feel like they're part of the project?
Well, I make sure that they know exactly what the customer wants. I talk with them, lunch breaks, I bring them lunch.
So communication and
is
attention.
Huge. Communication is huge, and then I pay attention to also what do they want. I think you get a better employee when you know who they are, what their family's like, what do they need from me. If I can provide what they need from me, they're more willing to put in the work. And if I ask them to do a hard thing, they say, can you stay late instead of going to dinner with your wife?
Right. Which is a hard thing.
That's a hard thing.
That's why sometimes we're employees and not business owners, because we want to go to dinner versus not. And here's the interesting part. I know, there's multiple ways to market. So you're a communications marketer. You like to create relationships. And those relationships bring you more relationships. You're excited, right? So for everybody who has a business, he loves building relationships. You love excitement, and you're clear about everybody's role in the mission.
Yeah.
And that's what's really helped, MIB really take off and do some incredible projects with some of the finest people in the state. And that's not easy if you understand the real estate marketplace right now. That just hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy to find buyers.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Right. But for you, because you're taking that level of excitement, that detail-oriented communication skill, and that passion for being compassionate to the people around you and understanding that you all are playing a role in the process, that has superseded Facebook ads in your case.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We spend 6 months plus with our customers before we even put a shovel to the dirt.
Wow.
That's important to me, is to know who the customer is, design for them, be able to build a house that suits their needs. You want to have a backyard that they can play catch with, father and son.
Right.
You want to have an outdoor living space that's inviting to their family.
Right. And you were nice enough and kind enough to walk us through a project that you were doing in Lehigh, at the top of Lehigh, with an incredible movement of outdoor space, outdoor living integration, multiple pieces, multiple buildings on the single property. That is really neat, man. So that leads me to my second question. How do your clients feel when they interact with you? What's the feeling you want them to feel?
Comfortable. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel excited and to know that I can handle the project and they don't have to stress about what we're doing. I want them to have confidence in knowing that Modern International Builders is going to take care of their project just the way they want it.
So you want to, in your marketing, make sure that you're saying, like, our goal is to make sure you're comfortable in the process so that there is no stress and that you have clarity to the outcome, right? So we want comfort, we want clarity. And what was the other thing that you really focus on that you said after comfort?
Trust. They want to know that we can build for them.
Right, and the trust is the part that eliminates the stress.
Yeah.
So if you were marketing, you'd say, here's how we gain people's trust, because they know every single piece of the process that's going on. We deliver on time with incredible levels of communication, so that you always know in advance when things are due, when things are needed, and where you put your input.
Yeah.
So that if you were to market your company in such a way, that helps clarify the process that you're so proud of.
Yeah.
Right? Because those are one of the things that's important in marketing, and we never talk about this, is your marketing needs to be a reflection of how you're doing the business, because you don't actually intend to change.
Yeah.
You can say, oh yeah, and here's something that's interesting. Everybody knows that 70 to 80% of businesses don't really get past the 5 to 7 year mark.
Right.
They go out of business.
Right.
But of 100 businesses surveyed, if you ask them what is the one thing that makes them different, they all say 9 out of 10 times customer service. Right? They all think, well, the way we treat our customers, right? But you can write down how you want to treat your customers. But how you want to treat your customers is very often different than the way you do treat your customers.
Yeah.
If you can isolate the way you do treat your customers, you just said, we have a 6-month process prior to putting shovel to the ground.
Yeah.
So in the first 6 months, this is what our journey together is going to look like, and why it's going to make a difference in us delivering a better product faster and on time, under budget, for blah, 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 right? And if you articulate that, then they understand the journey. They're going to be more driven to come to you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So,
they know what they're getting. By the time we start the work, they know we have every detail lined out. What color of paint, what are their lighting fixtures, what are their plumbing fixtures, how big is their base, are they getting crown?
Right.
There's just a lot of things.
I love crown.
There's a lot of things.
Crown everything.
Crown everywhere. Right.
So now let's talk about innovation in the future. How are you using technology to stay ahead of the curve?
Well, we use something that's called static electricity in all of our homes. People don't know the EMFs that come from all of these smart technologies that we are putting in their homes with the Wi-Fi and the high-intensity lighting.
Oh, wow. So
TVs, computers, everything.
So those create EMF fields. Solar, we know that it creates a tremendous amount of of EMFs in the home, and we know a little about static. We've heard about it. So that's cleaning up the EMF, it's cleaning up in the power. And that's because what you're doing with these, you're doing something that goes beyond that too, is you're creating these incredible smart homes that are completely integrated. And you know the integration's that 6-month process prior. So you know we're going to have these types of Wi-Fi. We're going to have, touchless sinks. We're going to have, We're going to have a smart apps connected to the phone where they can open their garage and they can turn off the lights and they can heat up the home. And or, you have, heating in the floors, and it's all run through these smart technologies that you are absolutely, you're one of the finest at putting these things together for the customers.
Oh, thank you.
Because they're integrated into the complete lifestyle of the customer. So share with that. Do you think technology, do you see a trend of more tech that simplifies lifestyle going into the homes, or do you see a trend of let's get rid of the tech and I just want 4 walls and I just want a box? Which one?
I think there's probably equal people that want less, and there's equal people that want more. The people that want more are wanting more. Mm-hmm. The people that want less are wanting even less. Everything that we do is done through our phones, and I think that's the biggest thing that we have going with today is you can do everything from your phone. Turn on the lights, turn up the heat. Microwave a potato. I don't know. It's going to get bigger and better.
At some point, it looks like we're going to be able to control our robots, right? Because we already have home robots. They're called Roombas, right? The vacuum cleaners are robots that go around your home. They map your home, and they vacuum, and they mop, and they keep that part of the home clean. So the evolution is there. That your refrigerator is already a robot. It's telling you everything that's inside. It's generating your grocery list. And you being mindful of that, putting all these things in, that's definitely something you should lean towards in your marketing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because homes are so, I would want an integrative home. When you build our home, I want it to be completely integrative.
Let's go.
Right? But we also want the protection from the EMFs. I know you do those EMF blanket shields in the attic, right? Which reduces the EMF exposure in the house.
Behind the bed.
Yep, behind the beds. But you do it in the walls, so I don't even have to see it.
So you don't have to see it.
I love that. So I know I'm protected. And then on top of that, you're making sure that all of our appliances are running efficiently because you're doing all the latest technology and power conditioning. And it's for pennies. I don't even know if you could even say pennies on the dollar because it's not.
You're getting paid to put it in, essentially. For $2,000, $3,000, depending on what system you go with, you're saving so much money in the next 5 years, 10 years.
Just on your electric bill.
Just on your electric bill.
And then your health is...
Hello.
I hate to say it. My health now at 61 years old is probably more important than my money, but when I was in my 30s, money was really important. When I was struggling and I was trying to balance everything, it was... I was never struggling, let's be clear. But I know, right? But ultimately... leading with those things in your marketing, because you do, so here's where home builders, they sell the steak and they forget the sizzle. But the sizzle's why we buy. Right? We buy emotionally and we justify with logic. If you can take in your marketing emotion and instill it, and the emotion creates a foundation for a better financial situation. You say, hey man, these are all the cool things I want, and I get all these cool things, and I save money, and it costs less. Holy moly, I get the whole package. And in your case, you're doing these things, and you say, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and this and this, and it's gonna save you square footage, it's gonna save you time, it's gonna save you energy, it's gonna save you money. Well, if I'm getting a little less square footage, it's costing me a little less, but I'm getting much more usage out of my home.
Yeah.
And I know you've done some incredible landscaping integrations into the backyards so that it almost feels like it's an extension.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell us about
Swimming pools, composite decks, pickleball courts, sports courts. Our composite decks are amazing. What we produce with those, it's an outdoor living space that everybody can enjoy. Barbecues, family gatherings, get-togethers.
Right.
Hot tubs.
It's a complete extension of the home that doesn't increase your taxes.
Right.
Right. So you get more living, more space for less money.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what you do. You know, when you're working with the customer, you're producing what you're selling them. Because in the beginning, I'm selling them everything. And I want to be able to give them at the end product, they walk out and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is a beautiful space. And we get to walk through the home and we get to show them how everything has turned out and how everything works, how to turn on their lights, their faucets, their bathtubs. It's crazy to see the smile on people's face when they experience one of our homes. I did a 50-foot bridge and deck space for this beautiful house in the Avenues, and it was cool watching the customer be scared because he had been through 3 or 4 different contractors that couldn't deliver what they told them that they could. We had these massive steel beams going from the sidewalk up to their front door with a 20-foot drop in elevation.
Wow.
We produced that, and the customers, we got a video review of them of just how happy they were. And then, you know, a month or 2 later, I got to see their kids outside on the side of the deck throwing these little parachute men off the top and watching them float down. It just that's what you want to do. You know, you want to produce what you're selling.
And I think that you want to market to that end. You want to market to the production of what's amazing about what you do and how it integrates with people. MIB is doing it. You're killing it, man. I know that that you took time out of your day to come to this.
We enjoy this.
But thank you so much, brother. I'm proud of you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of your product everywhere. Because every time I pass something in Draper and I see your signs, I'm like, yeah, man, that's my buddy.
Yeah, we are
and
excited.
I love it. So
we've got some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm looking forward to it. Well, guys, that's another wrap. Utah small businesses, hit like, hit subscribe, share this. Man, the best thing you can do for a business is is share their story. So share these stories across multiple platforms, and let's keep Utah strong together.